You're in for a treat, cooking with Claire again. I know, it's all too much, isn't it? Right, so today, rather than waving that wooden spoon at you, I'm going to chat to you about salt dough. Because I think with us all spending a lot of time indoors very soon, I think salt dough is going to become your best friend. And I'm going to explain why. Yesterday, I posted a video all about themes and creating a theme or a topic for your play. And I think the more time we spend at home, it's more likely that we might find ourselves wishing we had something, particularly if it fits with a theme. So if you're doing space, you know, oh, could really do with some stars and we haven't got any stars, or I don't know, we're doing Easter and we haven't got anything for hot cross buns. Well, salt dough is the answer because it's so cheap and it's so easy to make, but it means that you can make a whole host of resources. And once they're made, you can keep them and use them in play for time and time again. And the best bit about it, you get the kids to make it. So you don't even have to do the hard work. Win-win, I know. So I'm just going to share with you a few bits and pieces I've made over the years. Now, I know, absolute works of art, aren't they? But as you can see quite clearly from our beautiful decorations, that this is salt dough. So what happens with salt dough, it's a bit like a play dough, but then you cook it in the oven for a very low temperature for a long time and it hardens and it allows you to then keep them as almost like little ornaments. You can paint them and then the children can play with them. So these are our jam tarts, obviously, baguettes, hot cross buns, donuts. You can make all sorts of different designs. And we actually made these to use then have a little bakery shop that Mason can play with. Once you've made them, once they're cooled and you've painted, you can use them time and time again. You can also use them for making some sort of like interesting math resource. Say you're doing the story of the gingerbread man. You can make some little gingerbread man. I've not painted these. These are just hard and cooked from before. We've had this well over a year. And as you can see, I put different numbered dots on them so they could pair them up as like little families. I've got a whole bag of them here. Little families you could pair up, and we've got small and large, so you could match them. You could talk about the sizes. You could even paint them different colours and have a few sorting activities. I have some little stars, so yeah, if you want to do space, little love hearts, maybe use them as little tokens for games and things like that. And we also did some little cookies with different number dots on that then I've just filled with a little bit of paint once they've hardened. And they've all got different numbers, so really great if you're doing 5 currant buns in the baker's shop and you could make your own and use them. You could even use them to make dominoes. You can make all sorts. You could go absolutely wild. Fruit, foods, anything, absolutely anything. So you will find that it's a real saver and lovely that the children have made them and then they'll want to play with them as well, which is great. You can get the kids involved with making it. I'm going to show you the recipe now. Dead easy, dead quick. I can do it, you can do it, because you know that I am very much can't bake, won't bake. But even I can do this one. You can get the kids to make it. Then once they've cooked in the oven, they do take a long time. Once they've cooled down, they can paint them and then they can play with them. So it's really ticking the boxes, particularly if we're going to be indoors for a long, long time. I think this could be very, very helpful for you. And it's almost like a little project, isn't it? It's giving them a little project. Like I said, if you've chosen a theme, say you're doing underwater, oh, we've got no fish. Okay, you won't want to add those to water, but you could make some lots of lovely little fish or anything you want, you could make. Right, all you got to do, so I've got just grabbing the salt dough recipe. These are my messy play activity cards. They're in a download version. They used to be on card, but now I sell them just in a download. Okay, really easy. You're gonna need half a cup of water. I only bake in cups because of anything else is too hard for me. Half a cup of water, half a cup of salt, and 1 cup of flour. Easy, right? Yes. So we've got 1 cup of flour. Get the kids doing this. You can talk about full, you can talk about halves, or mathematics. Baking and cooking is very good for mathematical development. Love it. Okay, so we've got 1 cup of flour. I'm gonna do half a cup of salt. I should have prepared this. I do this every time, don't I? This is why Blue Peter will never give me a ring. Should have prepared this earlier. I'm gonna chuck that in there. And then I'm going to do, I did the water at the end, so not everything sticks in. And I'm going to just do slightly less, just to make sure it's not too sticky. I'm going to take my time. Now, I know there'll be lots of you at home thinking, she should be needing that. I know, I probably should be needing this, but hey-ho, I don't get very long on these videos. So, and then it's pretty much a matter of bringing it all together, she says. This isn't going to work, is it? Because I'm on camera. Guaranteed. just to make me fret. So you can mix your salt dough far better than me. The salt gets in the back of your throat. Far better than me. Get your hands in, get them dirty, get the kids' hands in more importantly. Get them in, get them making, get them kneading, get them playing with it. It's a great sensory activity, getting to play with it. It's all sticky, it's all doughy, I'm flicking it everywhere. Sorry, I can't look at the camera and do this at the same time. There we go, it's coming together now. Super duper, there we go. Mine's a bit sticky. You can just play with it, can't you? Just add little bits until it's ready. Right, that is quite a sticky one actually. Maybe overdid it with the water, but you can knead it and you can have a little play with it. Then, the idea is to roll it out and get the kids to cut out the shapes that they want to do. Now then, if you're going to want to put holes in things, if you're going to want to be making maybe some sort of beads or something that you can thread, make sure you put the hole in before you cook them because they'll be too hard to do afterwards. So if you wanted to put any holes in or make any little like indents or marks, do them when they're at the dough stage. Make them. Now then, this is the important bit, guys. You want your salt dough creations to be as small and as thin as possible, but they're not too small and thin. Okay, so something like, as you can see, it's nice and thin, basically because when you cook it, you're going to cook it on a low temperature, a very low temperature, less than 100. You're going to have it in there and it's going to be in there for 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 hours. It could be a long time. Something like this big chunky man that I once made took hours and hours and hours to cook because you want it hard all the way through. You can tell when they're cooking, if they're going brown, they are burning because on the bottom, it'll still be a soft doughy colour. You want it until they are hard all the way through. Now, mine have cracked slightly, but still absolutely fine. So just bear in mind, the size of what you're making needs to be nice and small, nice and thin, so it doesn't take too long. Otherwise, they really will be in the oven all day. Trust me, even the smallest of things can take a long time. So things like biscuits, nice and thin, really lovely. Make sure you do any indents, any marks you want them to do. If you're making your little hot cross buns with a cross on the top, anything like that, make sure you shape it and do it all because you won't be able to do it afterwards. Pop them in the oven. Like I said, it could be a long time of cooking. So bear that in mind. The kids are going to need to do something else while you're doing that. Lunch, story, all sorts of stuff. Okay, and then once they're out, now then, I have used just a little bit of pen in this. Now, I've not sealed these. I've never done that before. I just never got round to it. I've not sealed these and they've lasted a good year and they've been fine. However, in the past, I always use some sort of poster paint or like an acrylic paint is lovely because it really does harden like plastic. And you can paint them and then it seals them. You can put paint like a PVA glue on or something like that to seal it a little bit like a varnish. These are just painted with normal poster paint and again have been fine. I reckon these might be about 3 years old, guys. So yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to be eating this jam tart, but it's lasted fine and it's not gone mouldy. That's the main thing, making sure that it's cooked all the way through. If they're soft, over time they will go mouldy. And obviously they mustn't get wet because they will just be ruined once you've done that. But then once they've cooled down and the children have had a lovely time decorating or painting them, whatever you're choosing to do with your lovely new resources, you can then use them for play. So lovely if you're setting up a little role play area, if it's something to add to your kitchen or a little shop like these, or if you're going to use it in maybe your maths or your learning opportunities. There's just all sorts of stuff you could do with it. Maybe some fine motor skills, maybe some sorting matching. Oh, the world is your oyster. So there's loads and loads of things you can do with salt dough. So there you are. I told you it's going to be your new best friend. I can't wait to see what you get up to and what you choose to make with your salt dough creations. Please do send me your photos. Yeah, I'd love to see them and I'd love to see how you then use them for your play. A brilliant way, brilliant little project for keeping the kids entertained, particularly while we're at home for a long time. Best of luck, everybody. And as always, happy playing. Bye.